Writers have written, "In God we trust, one nation under God. God bless America. America, God shed his grace on thee. God, somehow you came into existence. You continue to reveal yourself throughout history. One popular way is through Christianity. You share of your ongoing war with Satan. God, you created Jesus. After all of his obedience, hanging there, suffering, he still was forced to ask you about his feeling forsaken. Like him, some others in biblical history, and some others, I accept assignments that you choose me for. At times, like some, with respect, I try to resist. Sometimes you almost appear physically to insist. 4 years ago, on June 18th, 2014, you allowed the appellate court to rob me of money due to me after all of my obedience. My June 17th, 2015 letter being mailed to the two male American African transatlantic slave trade descendants, title of pasture holders, 2012 appointed East St. Louis School District 189 Financial Advisory Oversight Panel members, only days ago had its third anniversary. In the letter, I wrote and asked them to make history and world news by repenting and telling the federal court, appellate court, and powers that be that they do not want the unfairness that they asked for and received with Teresa Watson versus East St. Louis School District 189, General Service Employees Local 382, and Kim Haywood. Federal Court Case 11CV 632 MJRSCW of employment discrimination and failed to represent. And Federal Court illegally diminished Appellate Court Case 141415. I ask that they please see that the compensation that I more than proved is due to me be given to me immediately. I ask them to make a positive difference, hunger and thirst after righteousness, serve, work, etc., and prevent good Christian Americans of European descent and other nationalities from having to help with the ripple, snowball, domino, etc. effect of the lack of some work in the American of the African transatlantic slave trade descendant community. God, I have seen various missions as you assign me to observe some parts of church conventions. A year ago, God, a year ago, about this time, 5 title of pastor holders, including the chiefest, at a convention, easily gave me their attention. I shared of my case and the aftermath. Even with my follow-up contact, these American African transatlantic slave trade descendant males took no significant action. Approximately 2 months after the convention, one was on the news encouraging justice with an unexpected verdict. In the news, a number of times, a male American African transatlantic slave trade descendant, title of local activist holder, protested the delivered verdict. With them both, I exchanged justice for me communication before, during, and after their news appearances. More clear are some involvements of some organized protesters, pastors, and activists. Less than zero is still their latest concern for my desperately needed and deserved justice. After lifetimes of wanting the highest understandings, scriptures are now most solid and fulfilling. To try to prevent what? Oh my, no. For real? Are you sure? And other expressions. Early, I sometimes now first offer references to cartoons, fairy tales, or history before scriptures. Still, sometimes I have to say, remember, you just understood. Still, sometimes I have to war with some interjections, and then they're shocked. But then they get, but once again, they get the understanding. God, various people don't even trust people that are close to them, nor even their own selves. As some come to mind lesser thoughts of others and themselves swish around their minds like laundry in a washing machine, I'm forced to continually give my assignment explanations using cartoon on through biblical convincing. Arise, go here, go there, do this, say that, wait, be still, and more. God, I share with some that you insist this and more with others and are doing it with me. Sometimes I'm pushed to gently express that, like you, I'm not to stress about their beliefs and that I just need them to understand me. They're shocked, like with volts of electricity. Transformation signals become visible. Assignments continue to pile on top of my assignments. God, may I pass plates for offerings? When asked the American of the African transatlantic slave trade descendants, female East St. Louis School District 189 HR Director, revealed during my unemployment benefit telephone hearing that the reason for the wrongful termination of my employment was because of my refusal to comply with an illegal, unreasonable request to go to an unwarranted setting. When asked of the reason for the unwarranted setting, for the very first time ever, a reason was given. It was because of how I was towards a named American African transatlantic slave trade descendant female and staff. Key information the HR director continued concealing. I responded by sharing that I am a lifelong heterosexual and revealed that I rejected the sexual advances and harassment of that female, that another American African transatlantic slave trade descendant female suddenly, illegally, retaliatorily, very briefly placed me among Genesis 19, 1 through 13, Leviticus 18, 22, 30, Romans 1, 24 through 32 are only meant for those who wish to relate. Being a lifelong heterosexual, I rejected the sexual advances and harassment of the other guilty, varied female staff members and affiliates, and the sexual advance and harassment from the males. Genesis 19:1 through 13, Leviticus 18:22 through 30, Romans 1:24 through 32 are only meant for those who wish to relate. I more than proved through documents and the telephone hearing that my unemployment benefits were due to me. Even though it was written by the state officials that East St. Louis School District 189 failed to discharge its responsibilities after trying to make me miss a deadline, I was still robbed of all benefits proven due to me. In in my case, dear God, in Teresa Watson versus East St. Louis School District 189, General Service Employees Local 382, and Kim Haywood, charges against all parties include sexual harassment, retaliation, religion, race, and matters with my workplace related hand and foot injuries. One American of European descent was involved. Others were American of African transatlantic slave trade descendants. God, what you gave me also through the ultimate sacrifices of some American of European descent, Quakers, freedom riders, Underground Railroad participants, was discriminated away by mainly American of transatlantic slave trade descendants. Even after I asked for help from a male of color U.S. president, who previously, from another position, helped with the previous work-related incidents. Regarding blacks having rights, Dr. King compared it to them being given a check marked insufficient funds. After I proved my case with exhibits 27 and 115, parts 1 and 2, I was given one. God, please send geniuses, legal experts, amateurs to view YouTube, my videos, Teresa Watson versus ESL District 189 and Local 382, and compute my expected to increase deserved compensation. God, please have all viewing my post to show the justice system how to be just. Show them how to be a just system by clicking, by pressing the like button. What are other indications? Just days ago, on June 6th, Lord, on June 17th, 2018, it was the third anniversary of my asking pastors through my letter to make history and world news. I said time was up, as in past harassment. I was blessed to refuse to be a me too. Years ago, after the Supreme Court of the United States clerk voluntarily said to me regarding my briefs, "Good job, Ms. Watson." My sexual harassment involved case was mishandled after you insist I do all that you told me to do. Even back then, I did all that you told me to do. God, like during a church service, please open the doors for justice for me. Down the aisle, please call someone to walk from any group with innocent or guilty American history. An American that is a native of America, an African who chose to be American, an American of European descent, an American of the African transatlantic slave trade descendants, a newer American immigrant. You may call someone from any of your continents, from over your oceans, from over your seas, someone from space who has aided in the unwarranted surveillance of me. God, please call them to compute the expected to increase value of my case by accessing YouTube, typing Teresa Watson versus ESL District 189 and Local 382, and using my exhibits. Please call compensation donors, fundraisers, etc., all to speak to the wrong of the justice system, involve vicious male and female American, African transatlantic slave trade descendants, and other guilty parties. Please call these people to access Facebook. Find Teresa Watson. Instead of a photo, find a program document that says civil rights. And to immediately send an awesome inbox message to me. For your eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, exceeding abundantly kind of blessings and miracles. Surely I will continue to give you the honor, praise, and glory. God, you insist that I have this level of belief and faith. Will you do it? Will you please do it today? Your chosen least to your chosen royal, your peculiar, and your few. Please quickly have them help me to have justice in your USA. At a loved one service, as FBI affiliates kindly attended, I rightly protest the presence and speaking of an American, African transatlantic slave trade descendant female, title of church clerk holder, because her lifelong silently opposing me had grown viciously. Up went one relative's thumb. During a later protest, near me sat my FBI loved one. From East St. Louis School District 189 and General Service Employees Local 382, I refuse unnatural sexual advances and the more natural ones. Intertwined became more battles, unimaginable levels of retaliations, major organized crime, orders against me to be abandoned, illegally blacklisted, sanctions here, abandoned, sanctioned. God, 7+ long years of happenings in life being natural, being stings, or being real life happenings hoped to be used as stings. Motives have been to distort me, confirm retaliatory told lies, seek scandals, income, and again, my existence preventing. Income and my existence preventing. Even eternity damaging. Ripple, snowball, domino, etc. effects. Let all of this right now, dear God, be ending. As I only exist with miracles and so very little freedom in interactions with some and some strangers, I'm often forced to share of my court case related amateur to professional spy experiences. And forward in our interactions, I have to keep pressing, wishing I could discourage spies, not wanting to anger them because I have more than enough opposition. As they trail me, sometimes I kindly drive or walk and trail them back. After they arrive to watch, I get photos or footage of my whatever. Sometimes I'm kindly, sometimes I just kindly watch them back. Are there pictures I kindly snap? I should file a lawsuit regarding no fine men being assigned to this illegal and harassing investigation of me, trying to discourage the surveillance with two male American of African transatlantic slave trade descendants, trying to encourage you, God, to end these assignments. With them, I behaved naughty. I encouraged one to behave big naughty. He was like, I'm gained, all righty. Being more at risk of being spied on by women who opposed the GLR movement, Genesis 19, 1 through 13, Leviticus 18, 22 through 30, Romans 1, 24, 30 through 32, is not all righty. All in the bathrooms, locker rooms, while eating, chilling. God, not all righty. Not all righty, not all righty, not all righty. Among all males, I would rather be. You said, God, God, you said it. Fret not because of evildoers. They shall soon be cut down and wither like the grass. Each and every one, especially family. I ask you to heal them of their evils and of withering right now, in the twinkling of an eye, at this very moment. God, just recently, I began to tell you that I wish you would have Satan himself to repent. Even this bird outside of this window that's chirping. Dear God, deal with it. Thank you. Thank you. God, once again, you said, fret not because of evildoers. They shall soon be cut down and wither like the grass. Each and every one, especially family, I ask you to heal them of their evils and of withering right now, in the twinkling of an eye, at this very moment. God, just recently, I began to tell you that I wish you would have Satan himself to repent. Everyone will be invited to my praise parties. Everyone will be invited to my praise parties. God, I'll say goodbye, Satan's division. Hello, welcome, God's unity. Welcome, God's unity. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. America, please inbox me on Facebook. Look for Teresa Watson. Look for a document that says civil rights. It relates to a civil rights summit that took place. Please inbox me how you will help me from A to Z, wherever you can play a part. I would appreciate it. If I can help you with something, please pass it by me and I'll do what I can. I hope to hear from you today. God bless you. If you're in the US, if you're in the USA, wherever you are in the world, if you're out in space, I'm making this, helping to make these videos possible on YouTube. Um, I pray that you're blessed. I hope to join with you in making America a better country, the world a better place. God bless you.